This story was sent to us from Anna in Scottsdale. When our children were younger, my husband and I decided that it would be a good idea to hire a nanny. We had 3 small children, and it was a lot of work to manage everything. We interviewed more than 30 nannies before we decided on one. We will call our nanny Rose. Rose was a woman in her mid-20s. We thought she would be a good fit because she had a degree in early childhood development. She came from a big family with lots of younger siblings whom she cared for. She also spoke 3 languages. We were quite impressed by her background. Rose settled into our family very quickly, and the kids seemed to adapt to her quite well. She had her own apartment in our basement. We allowed her to drive one of extra cars for her personal use. She was working with us for about 3 months when I noticed something strange. She would be withdrawn and get very quiet sometimes. She mentioned once that she took medication, but I never asked her what for. I told my husband that I felt Rose was being strange, but then he brushed it off and told me I was overreacting. Our youngest was only 2 years old, and he was in the process of being potty trained. Rose seemed very patient when I would watch her with him. Sometimes she seemed to have more patience than me. We slowly noticed, though, that he was withdrawn from her a bit. It was very strange because he really liked her in the beginning. I suggested to my husband that we set up cameras in the common areas of our home and in the kids' bedrooms. One day, while watching the cameras, we noticed that our youngest child had an accident. Rose screamed at him, and when he started crying, she threw him down. He cried for about 30 minutes, and she ignored him the entire time. We confronted her with the evidence and called the police. She was arrested, and we found out from the police a lot of new information that we didn't know before hiring her. The name that she had given us was changed from her original name about a year before. She had told us that she didn't have any kids, which wasn't true. She had 3 children whom she lost custody of because she abused them. We even learned that she had intentionally burned one of her children's fingers. She suffered from bipolar disorder, and her ex-husband said she threatened to kill him. The 3 languages that she spoke were learned during the 2 years she spent in an international prison for trafficking drugs. After Rose left, I was cleaning the basement apartment and I found a diary under her pillow. I opened the diary and I read entries she made about harming me and my children. She wrote about how much she hated my family and thought we had a perfect life that we didn't deserve. She fantasized about poisoning me and my family. She even wrote about how she would dispose of us so she can live in our home with her own children and husband someday while we rotted away. After this experience, I felt so guilty because we had not done a formal background check on her, but instead, we just simply called her references. We decided never to use a nanny again, and instead I quit my job to stay home with our children. I am not saying that all nannies are bad, but a background check should be mandatory before allowing someone into your home. Thank you for listening. Stay spooked.